How you guys doing here? Marvin Bragg Jr. here, data-driven decision making. Today I will be talking about does three-point shooting matter in the NBA. Let's get it started. Today my focus is does three-point shooting equivalent to winning regular season games? The theory that I have is that the higher three-point percentage a team shoots, the more games they will win. So today we're going to be talking about and seeing if this theory actually is true. So the reasoning behind this theory is that last season teams won 67.4% of their games in which they shot the league average or better from three-point range, and that was the highest mark in 42 years. The chart to the bottom right here shows the three-point shooting teams of this past season, ranking them 1 to 30. I took out the 16 playoff teams that made the playoffs. These are the 1 through 16, ranking them within the whole NBA. The league average was 36.7%. And 5 of the 16 playoff teams shot below this margin. That includes the Dallas Mavericks, the Miami Heat, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Lakers, and the Washington Wizards. Common all these teams lost in the first round. Is that equivalent to three-point percentage shooting? Possibly. But as we see that these bottom teams didn't pursue and didn't win throughout the playoffs. This is a trend that we're seeing here. So some weaknesses behind three-point shooting. You can have an off night. I'm saying off night because there are teams in the league who defend the three-point line really well. These here are the teams ranking from 1 all the way to 30. These are all the playoff teams. The New York Knicks were the best defensive team in the league. Yet and still, they didn't make it out the first round. So you have to have a balance between both sides. Three-point per shooting, the weakness also three-point shooting is valued more than other skills. This can be a weakness because you may find a player who does other things well, pass the ball well, defends well, is athletic, is intelligent, but they don't shoot the three-point shot as well as somebody else. So you may overlook that person because you want three-point shooting. That could be a weakness. Living by the three and dying by the three can also be a huge weakness. We have seen, very, very minimal teams who live by the three and actually win. Example, the Golden State Warriors is one of those teams who proved a lot of people wrong. And they're, usually in the top percentile three-point shooting every year when they're all healthy. The Houston Rockets was another team who tried to do the same exact formula, my mistake, same exact formula, yet still came up short in the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. So we have two sides here, one who prevailed and one who was just right there but didn't make it through. Some strengths behind three-point shooting is that it gives you a greater opportunity to score more points. I say that because 3 points is the most points you can score in a regular play. So if you're shooting a three-point percentage, if you're shooting three-pointer at a higher percentage, that means that you have more points that are possibly going in the hoop. And three-point shooting also adds versatility to a team and a player. You being able to shoot three-pointers at a high rate puts value behind your name and behind yourself because every team needs three-point shooting. Also, for teams, that adds versatility within your offense. You being able to shoot three-pointers makes the defense have to guard you out there, which gives you other opportunities to drive, pick and roll options, feed the post. You have many more options if you're able to shoot three-pointers at a high rate. Recommendations. As we see in the graph earlier, the Milwaukee Bucks were second to last, in three-point defensive shooting. Yet still, they won the NBA championship. So you may say, how is that possible? You have to have a well-rounded roster. Craft your championship team wisely. You want to include three-point shooting because that matters in this current age. As you see, 67% of the people who shoot league average or better win games. You also want to include good defense. Defense matters as well because if you get stops, that means you're stopping your opponent from scoring the ball. If you're shooting 3% at a high rate, that means you're able to score the ball more. It has to be a balance between the two. Also, revolving around a star player. Every great championship organization has a star player or two that they revolve their team around. Making sure that player is well-rounded with good defenders and good three-point shooting will allow your team to be to that next level. Look at the Golden State Warriors. They had Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, two of the best shooters ever. The Milwaukee Bucks had Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the greatest power forwards of all time, and put shooting around him so he can excel in his game. You have to make sure that everybody is on the same page so that for your team to succeed. So today, we looked at does three-point shooting matter to an extent. We saw that the teams who shot high three-point shooting percentage did, go in the playoffs farther. Western Conference Finals, semifinals, and they were actually made the playoff, which means that they were in the top 8 of their conference. That does mean that they were winning. In the long haul, defense matters as well. So it's a battle between both. So does it all rely on 3-point shooting? No, it does not. There's other factors such as where your team healthy that year, the defense, the schedule, how the playoffs rolled out, who you played at a certain time, all that stuff does matter. So 3-point shooting does not rely solely on winning. I want to thank you for listening to our presentation today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.